Hey, I'm Emily Burns and I'm super excited that my new EP, I Love You, You're the Worst, is out in the world. I'm really proud of this EP and I wanted to tell you a little bit more about each of the tracks and how I wrote them. So the first track on my EP is called Hello, and I wrote it with two of my friends called Jacob and Hannah. We went away on a little writing trip and I was telling them about a situation I was in with a girl where I was really into it, really into her, and I don't think she really knew or had any idea. So every time she'd message me, and just even if it was just hello or hey, how are you, in my head I was like, this is the most torturous, worst thing ever. But to her it probably meant nothing. So that's where the line came from, the every time I'm about to let you go, you show up and say hello. It was like, we started writing it, we were in this amazing, really beautiful house in the countryside, and like started recording vocals in the evening as the sun was going down, and it was just this beautiful moment, and I knew instantly, I was like, I have to release this song. So that's Hello. The second song on the EP is called Terrified, and I actually wrote it during the same week that I went away. It was just me and Jacob. And it kind of stemmed from, I had written down this line before that was like, everyone says to enjoy the ride, but I'm up too high and I'm terrified. And it was because I kind of got to this point where so many amazing things were happening in my life. And I was like super, super grateful, but also never felt like I'd had that much to lose before. So it was like the whole thing of being up too high was like, I'm so happy that I'm scared that what might come, suddenly I've got so much more to lose. And it's kind of just about that feeling of not being able to be happy because you're worried about what might happen. It's like that internal battle of trying to be present but just constantly being in fear of what might never happen, sort of thing. So that's Terrified. The third song on the EP is called Curse, and I actually think it's probably the saddest song I've ever written. I was writing it with a friend of mine called Johnny Latimer, and we were just talking about the fact that I was in this place where it felt like everyone else around me was falling in love, and in and out of love as well. Like, I have friends who kind of just go from relationship to relationship to relationship, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't had one. Like, what? Like, I was just so like confused by why everyone seems to be able to reach this thing called love, and I wasn't. So I was telling Johnny about it, and we decided to kind of talk about love as if it's this horrible thing that I don't actually want. So that's why we like twisted love and called it a curse, as if I don't actually ever want to fall in love, but obviously it's just a big lie really, isn't it? The fourth track on the EP is called I Love You, You're the Worst, and I wrote that, I kind of had already written this chorus that was just the, oh my God, I'm in love, you're the worst, and it was about this person who I just was like chasing. And I don't know why, because they're so bad for me, and like just not being very nice and not not making me feel good. But I think that's why I was chasing it. Because it's just, that whole thing of you want what you can't have. So I was going after this person, even though she's definitely the worst, and I was like just falling. And I was in the studio with Johnny again, and a guy called Youre, who's an amazing producer, and I played them that, and I thought it was the chorus, and they were like, that's a sick verse, but try this, let's go here for the chorus. And Johnny sat down at the piano, started playing this like descending bass line, and I was just like, I just literally lost my shit. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. And it was one of those moments like jump up around the studio, like, that's it, that is the one. It felt so special. And I'm really proud of it, and I think it really ties the EP together nicely, because there is a bit of a theme of like love, unrequited love, and this song just kind of like pinpoints that feeling perfectly, I think. Thank you so much for listening to my track by track for the I Love You, You're the Worst EP. Please go check it out. I love it. I hope you're gonna love it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.